Hey guys, and welcome back to another video for Alex's Flying Club. Today we're going to be flying in a really cool aircraft. This is the Grumman F3F, nicknamed the Flying Barrel, and I'm sure you can see why. It's got a very cigar-like, barrel-like shape. Really interesting aircraft. I like this aircraft because it's kind of a what is that right there? Main and reserve fuel. What does that say? 30 caliber inspection. Okay. Well, I like this aircraft because this is kind of like a transitionary period between World War I and World War II. You can see it's a biplane, which harkens back to World War I. But it's got a lot of modern features by World War II standards. It's got the closed canopy. It's got retractable landing gear. It's got an arresting hook for landing on aircraft carriers. Oh, thank you for the hosts, Brad Wu and Magenta Dagger. I appreciate it. And what else does it have that's modern? Well, I guess the armament, the heavier machine guns, and yeah, these aircraft, I don't think they saw service during World War II. You can, if you're familiar with the F3F Wildcat, you can tell that this is very similar to it, except the Wildcat is a monoplane fighter, and the Wildcat did replace the F3F. So we're going to be flying in this aircraft. This model is by Aeroplane Heaven, and it's a pretty nice model. Visually, very nice. I do like it, and I'm flying in the U.S. Navy paint scheme, of course. I really like this U.S. Navy star with a red dot in the center. That's my my YouTube and Twitch channel's logo that I use. So let's take a look at where we're going to be flying. We are currently located at Diamond Point, right here. This is the Olympic Peninsula. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. So we're on the west coast of the United States, and the Olympic Peninsula kind of juts out from Puget Sound, and it is very close to Vancouver Island. So it's a nice area to fly in. I am using Orbex Pacific Northwest, so it'll be even nicer. And I do have scenery both at our departure airport and our destination airport. So our departure airport's going to be Diamond Point. We're going to be flying along the coast here just for some fun. We're going to be hugging the coast pretty closely. I won't climb too high, probably about 3,000 feet. And then we're going to be flying down the west coast until we get to Bowerman Airport. Currently, there are no VFR conditions at Bowerman Airport, so we may have to land at an alternate field, but hopefully by the time we get there, the visibility will improve. Currently, it's 1/4 statute miles visibility, and it's raining in Bowerman. So hopefully the visibility will improve there. So that's the plan. Let's jump inside and get her started. So this is what it looks like inside, kind of typical of Grumman fighter cockpits of the time period. You've got your lights and electronic switches on the right hand side. What do we have over here? We've got battery indicator. We've got, what is this right here? Wheel brakes. I guess this is hydraulic pressure. Kind of not very ergonomic is the placement of the manifold pressure gauge. You know, you're more familiar seeing the manifold pressure and RPM gauges placed together. So it would have been nice if they could have placed it on the main dashboard right here. But nevertheless, we at least know where it is. Got our starter here, which we'll be using. I love the way this aircraft starts. The sounds are very nice for the starting sequence. Got RPM gauge, your typical instruments over here, your heading indicator. Is this a compass or? No, this is the gyro, directional gyro. Here's the compass down there. You can trigger some navigation equipment. I'm not sure why you'd... Well, I guess if you want to use the ADF, but we're not going to be using VURs or ADFs for this flight. We're just going to be flying visually. You can adjust the directional gyro to match the compass, so it's just a tad west of 300. So let me just adjust it right there. Airport elevation is 262. So let's set our altimeter. That's about right. You've got propeller control. Interesting thing about this is you can lock it in place. So it's currently locked. Let me unlock it. You have to go like that. You have to took me a while to figure it out. You have to right click and then move it to the left. And you can't use your mapped key. Sorry, your mapped controller for this. You have to do it manually using the mouse, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. So let's lock it in at 100% for now. It has an interesting landing gear system. I'm not really sure how to work it in the sim. I just used a hotkey, but here you have like a locking mechanism. You set up and down for the landing gear. And then I think you're supposed to crank the handle. I know in the Wildcat you crank this handle to raise or lower the gear, but I just kind of go through the motions and then hit the hotkey. And the hotkey seems to work. Here's our magnetos. Let's set them to both. Let's set our mixture to full. Excuse me. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Okay, so mixture set to full. Let's crack the throttle open a little bit. And here we've got trim controls and things like, let's see what we have here. Aileron trim, and I guess this just shows you the aileron trim. And if I were carrying, hey General Aviation Flyer, welcome to the stream. I am indeed going antique today. It's a nice aircraft by Aeroplane Heaven that I picked up recently. Welcome to the stream. This is if you did have a drop tank or some kind of ordnance like bombs or something, you can drop them using this mechanism right here. And then here's the arresting gear handle to raise and to lower it. You can see the Grumman insignia on the rudder pedals there. It's pretty cool. It's got an accelerometer, which I don't know if they were typical or not on U.S. fighter aircraft. Maybe they were. Carburetor temperature and your compass. So let's get her started. Let's set fuel to be main tank. We do have two other tanks. Actually, let me start with the other tanks. Let me start with the... Which one? Reserve or auxiliary? I guess it doesn't matter. Let's start with the auxiliary tank. And the reason why I'm starting with the other tanks is because the main tank is the only one that has an indicator of how much fuel you have left. So I'll save that one for last, I think. get some lights going and the battery on. Battery, generator, formation lights. Running lights. Set those to dim. Section lights, I'm not sure what those are. Receptacle is off. And chart, compass, instrument lights we don't need now, and landing lights we'll turn on later. So battery and generator's on. Let's prime the engine. Oops, that's carb heat. Let's give it 3 squirts. And let's start her up. Hopefully nothing weird will happen. Some aircraft, they fly up into the air when you start them, like the F3F Hellcat that I have by Vertigo Studios. For some reason there's a glitch where it just launches the aircraft into the air. And I love that starting sequence. Alright, so there's a starter. Let's see where our oil pressure is. Is there even an indicator for oil pressure? Huh, interesting. Oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel pressure. Usually there's an indicator for each of those. I don't think there is here. This is the brake pressure, hydraulic pressure. Maybe this is oil temp. Oil. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be in here actually. Interesting. You got the aircraft started. Pilot's in the cockpit. So as the engine's warming up, let's see what else I can do here. I guess we just have to wait a little bit for the engine to warm up. We're going to be taxiing, oh yeah, let's figure out which runway we're going to take off from. So the nearest weather station is over here, and winds are 130, 12, gusting 18. Okay, so winds are something to contend with. So they're out of 130. That means we'll take the 1-1 runway. The 1-1 runway. So we are currently facing northwest, so we'll have to continue taxiing northwest and then take off on the 1-1 runway. So we'll taxi out of here, make a left-hand turn, and then take off from runway 11, which is over here. This is some nice scenery by Orbex. This is Diamond Point Airstrip. I am connected to the VATSIM network, but there's nobody online. So I'm just going to put on some Pilot Edge comms, just so we have some comms in the background. Hey, General Aviation Flyer. It's okay. You can hop on in. If you don't have, even if you don't have the scenery, you can still join me. Yeah. Once I take off, it'll all be the same.
St. Louis ground. It's Cessna 47 Charlie Victor. We're a Cessna 172 slant.
Or you can meet me en route.
Like VFR departure to the southeast at 3,500.
Cessna 47 Charlie Victor, St. Louis ground. 29er taxi via Alpha.
Taxi runway 29er via Alpha. And we do have information, Charlie, Cessna 47 Charlie Victor.
Or 2 Juliet Tango advise you of weather and approach request.
We have weather and visual approach to Juliet Tango.
Or 2 Juliet Tango, roger. Looks like you're level at 3,000. You should be climbing. Climb, maintain 5,000, please.
Up to 5,000 Juliet Tango.
What did I want to do? Oh yes, I wanted to set my radios to 122.8.
Go to 2340. How do you read?
There we go. And it's 11:30 local time. I'm going to start taxiing.
Go to 2314.
Got 141 gallons of fuel.
Maintain. I was in contact Los Angeles 257 C.
Good contact Los Angeles 712.7.
SoCal approach up here, 37 Lima, back in frequency.
Or 37 Lima, roger, contact SoCal approach 119.6.
119.6 or 837
Central
Lima.
Bravo Tower, Cessna 950, holding short, runway 15 left.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to see out.
Baron
Out the front.
here, we got the frequency.
Slow it down a little bit so I don't make
SoCal
a
approach,
runway excursion by accident.
37 Lima, level 5,500.
We're 451 X-ray, start your climb, climbing, maintain 13000.
And this is the taxiway over
if you
here,
got the,
taxiway Alpha.
And contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
12527, maintain 12,000 X-ray Sierra.
Cessna 3837 Lima, SoCal approach, Limburg altimeter 3004.
3004, 337 Lima.
2 Juliet Tango, expect visual approach runway 27.
Expect visual 27, 2 Juliet Tango.
Or 5 Bravo, my contact should approach 118.8.
118.8, 5 Bravo Mike. 2314, how do you read?
About 2314, I'm going to reach you here for a while there. How do you read?
I must have lost communications. I can hear you now. We're holding in Boulder port site.
No, 2314 still
Cessna applies your lines out to Juliet. It's clear of runway 29.
Yeah, we're turning towards that.
Press taxi to up.
No, 2314, right, the present heading.
Coming up on Alpha
approach
4.
125 left to airport, 3 o'clock and 10 miles port
Runway
site.
11 as
We have the airport in
predicted.
site present. Delta 2314.
It was just
No,
to our right.
2314, clear visual point 25 left.
Clear visual 25 left.
Approach
That's when you send out the voice on the first here, 11,500 for 12,000.
606 Delta Bravo contact, SoCal approach 135.4.
135.4 for Cessna 6 Delta Bravo.
Or 515 Bravo Mike, base should approach altimeter 305.
3015, 5 Bravo Mike.
Air 451 X-ray Sierra, Los Angeles Center, negative altimeter 3012, climbing maintain flight level 190.
Alright.
3012 comes in to Baron 4.1
Let's
Sierra.
turn on our landing lights.
Air 572 Juliet Tango, flighting 100.
I wonder where the pitot heat is actually. I don't think there is pitot heat switch in this aircraft that I've seen at least. It's kind of
Alright,
interesting.
you broke in on the heading. You may want to
Maybe
ask
it's
other
automatic
pilots
or
to just
something.
I didn't get the heading. And we'll contact after that 4.35.
San
2
Luis
Juliet
Tower,
Tango.
Cessna 47 Charlie Victor, holding short runway 29
SoCal
for
approach,
VFR
6
departure
Delta Bravo,
to the southwest.
3,500.
1001.
100, Cirrus 2
Alright.
Juliet.
There's no flaps in this aircraft, so without further ado, I think we're ready to go. 11:34 is going to be our takeoff time. And
So
after
it's 3
departure, we are going to be going in a heading of 258.
SoCal approach 383 Lima. I heard you call me, didn't hear any.
San
Yeah,
Luis
how
Tower,
are my transmissions
Just
still?
refresh chat.
It's clear of runway 29.
37 Lima,
Press taxi to
confirm
transit car.
you are breaking up at some points in your transmissions.
Roger, thank you. Cessna 606 Bravo, SoCal approach Ontario, altimeter 3003.
3003 for 606 Delta Bravo.
50. Taxi
And let's
parking
get
via
going.
Alpha, pass for the Cat 3.
Taxi to parking via Alpha. Thank you very much. Sky Hawk 509 Delta Juliet.
Hopefully this runway's long enough for us to take off from. That's another thing I didn't really
47
think of.
Charlie Victor. Sound runway 29, cliff takeoff, left down, departure, wind 220.
Runway 29 for takeoff, left downwind departure, Cessna 47 Charlie Victor.
Who's that calling for a Cat 7?
Is there a tail wheel lock here? Yes, there is.
Who's that calling for a Cat?
Okay, weather loading is completed, so let's get going.
Cessna 727 Hotel Sound,
We
Bernino
gotta
ground.
slowly increase the throttle here on this
runway,
aircraft.
correct. Intercom, text, over frequency.
Sorry, lots of bounce on the last say.
SoCal approach November 2 Juliet Tango has
And that was an ugly takeoff.
Approach.
Sorry about that, guys. That was an ugly takeoff. But in my defense, the runway is very, very narrow.
Over my Roger, contact Vegas Truth 8.1.
And I don't have a lot of practice in this aircraft.
8.15 Bravo Mike.
So let's
572 Juliet Tango, SoCal, approach runway 27.
let's raise the gear.
I believe that's cleared approach 27.
Another
Juliet
tower
Tango.
5.5 Bravo Mike.
Oh, this time it
Juliet
worked.
Tango affirms the mission bay 084 radial at or above 5,000.
Usually it
mission
hadn't
bay
worked for me.
084 radial at or above 5,000.
Usually the gear
Mission
wouldn't
Bay
raise.
08 right or above 5,000. 2 Juliet Tango.
Or
This
515
time
Bravo
it
Mike.
worked.
Base runway 30 and wind calm.
Set manifold pressure to 30 inches. And RPMs, we'll keep them at 10.
Cessna 7274 Hotel. You're not with San Bernardino, you're Los Angeles Center. Contact them on the appropriate frequency. The wrong
Actually,
frequency.
let's set it to 85%. It's close enough.
LA Center, good morning. American 446 is level 32.
So there's Diamond Point where we just took off from.
American 446 Los Angeles Center. Roger.
Yeah, let's level out at 3,000 feet.
50 Golf, holding short, runway 15 left.
Just 9150. Santa Barbara Tower, runway 15 left, cliff takeoff, wind 0 at 5.
Cliff takeoff 15 left, 950 Golf.
7. Get your
Hey
instruction.
DP, thank you for the host. I do appreciate it. And welcome to the stream.
Yes, sir. Last instruction was just clear for takeoff, left downwind departure for 747 Charlie Victor.
Just doing some flying an old
Las
Warbird.
Vegas Tower, 119.9.
Never seen this one in real life. Maybe I'll see it at the Plains of Fame air show. We'll see. Hey DP. 258. I guess we don't really need a heading since we're just going to be
Las
following
Vegas
the
Tower,
coast.
14, visual 2.
Delta 23, 15 Las
Close
Vegas
the
Tower,
canopy.
25 left, and wind 3, correction, wind 0706.
Clear to land, 25 left, 2314.
American 446, descend via Hollywood 1 arrival.
Zen via the Hollywood 1, American 4.
Let's get back down to 3,000 feet. We may have to go lower to avoid those clouds up ahead. How are you doing today, DP?
One noise clearance, Cessna 519 Echo Romeo, Skyhawk 172. Request south departure for coastal route with Mike.
Says 51 enter Echo Romeo, Van Nuys clearance, departure frequency 134.2, 706.
Just adjusting my artificial horizon so it's a little more accurate.
Departure 134.2, squawk.
Just going to do a quick visual check to make sure our landing gear did go up. Yep, it did go up.
Cessna 9 Echo Romeo,
I'm doing pretty well. doing pretty well, Matt.
Requesting flight following to Bakersfield at
Usually the landing gear, this is the landing gear indicator right here, so if the light is on, the landing gear is down, so now I know that. It just didn't work for me before, using this manual method of controlling the gear with the crank and everything like that. It just didn't work for me before, so now I know that once the light goes out, the gear is up.
Alright, 8626 Juliet, clearance, say again.
8626 Juliet.
Yeah, Irina's at a conference this weekend, so I've got some time to do some flights and some streaming. And I've been enjoying these World War II Navy aircraft.
Contact Lumber Tower 18.3.
This is a little bit before World War II. I didn't really see action, although these were. I did hear that these were at Pearl Harbor during the time of the attack. I don't know if they actually managed to take off or not, or participate. This F3F aircraft, it's a biplane, you can see. It's very vintage. Not really World War II material. Although the Russians did use some biplanes in World War II, like the Polyakov PO2. It's a trainer biplane, but they used it for night bombing missions. My grandfather actually, he was in the Soviet Navy, air arm, and he trained on the
November
PO2.
5 and 2 Juliet Tango, contact Lumber Tower 118.3.
Oh, are you flying this weekend, DP? Yeah, we probably should have set something up.
East of landing with
Number 572 Juliet, contact Lumber Tower.
Although Irene did express some interest in flying to Catalina Island, but I don't know how serious she is about actually going through with it. She didn't have a good time last time she was in an airplane.
Air 6 Delta Bravo, contact Fullerton Tower 119.1.
119.1 for 6 Delta Bravo.
Crash?
5 Sierra Golf Radar, contact departure.
Contact departure now, Sierra Golf.
Oh, stream crash.
Fullerton Tower says 6 Delta Bravo. 6 Delta Bravo is inbound for landing, full stop.
Cessna 606 Delta Bravo, Fullerton Tower, make straight in runway 24, clear to land.
Straight in, runway 24, clear to land for Cessna 606 Delta Bravo.
St. Louis down. Cessna 42 Lima Mike. Full stop landing
5
with
Sierra
Charlie.
Golf at 1,400.
Cessna 915 Sierra Golf, Center Bravo departure, cancel out 2 restriction, resume on navigation.
Cancel out jurisdiction, resume on navigation, 915 Sierra Golf.
Number 422 Lima Mike, St. Louis Tower, standby.
Okay, we're back. Nice.
Number 5 America Romeo, you copy everything?
Contact departure 134.2, squawk 7.
So we're cruising along at a nice 190 miles per hour. We've got the aircraft trimmed out, more or less, at 3,000 feet. Soon we're going to round the corner of the Olympic Peninsula.
Air 626 Juliet, after departure, intercept in parallel.
Coming up on a little island over there.
Northwestbound, until advised.
Or rather a peninsula.
Keep the freeway off your right at all times. Maintain
Let's
via
see if we can spot that on the map.
Departure frequency 13420.
We'll get back down to 3,000 first. And now we're getting into some reduced visibility conditions, which I expected because the weather around the western part of the Olympic Peninsula doesn't look so good.
Departure Cessna 8626 Juliet.
So now we're coming up on...
departing to Bakersfield to landmark of Golden State Bridge northwest.
Is it this peninsula right here?
Or to the right, I'm sorry.
I don't think so. No, it's this one right here, with the airport on it. This is Port Angeles Coast Guard Station.
So California.
Coast Guard Airport.
337 Lima. 3,000. Sending.
Cessna 26 Juliet, departure frequency is 134.2, your squawk code is 6420. I didn't copy the squawk there. Rest of readback correct, except it's a Golden State Freeway, not a bridge. It's just a freeway there.
Cessna 8626 Juliet, state,
For some reason, I've been underestimating the distances in the Washington Peninsula.
and,
I don't know why. Maybe I think these World War II fighters that I've been flying are speed rockets, and I've been underestimating the distances. But I thought this was going to be a 45-minute flight, but it's probably going to be about twice that time, twice that distance. Maybe we'll land a little bit earlier at a closer airport.
Cleared for the Bravo,
But,
2500, Tower 18-3, 337.
I'm having fun, doing some nice weekend flying, so it's all good.
Mike, text me Alpha, have a good one.
On Alpha, thanks a lot.
Sure, Burn 1 X-ray here, Los Angeles Center 134.65, see ya.
I'm going to dive down to 2,000 feet to avoid some of these clouds.
Air 6 Delta, you've overflown the airport there, make a right turn to join the left downwind runway 24, report midfield.
Oh, we're actually picking up a VOR on this receiver.
Roger, I think I identified the wrong airport. Left,
no, we're
right
not.
turn to left, join left downwind from runway 24, Cessna 6 Delta Bravo.
Yeah, it's right behind you.
It's actually got a localizer with glide slope. So you can fly ILS approaches in this aircraft.
Lumber Tower, Sky 337 Lima, Mission Bay inbound. Landing.
Sky 337 Lima, Lumber Tower, enter left downwind runway 27, clear to land, wind 3207.
Left downwind for 27, cleared to land, runway 27, 3837 Lima.
Sunday the November 451 X-ray Sierra, 18.3.
You can see the gun sight over here. There's really no effect or yeah, there's no zoom effect once you get up close. You just see whatever's up ahead. Maybe you have to turn it on sometime.
18,400.
Oops.
451 X-ray Sierra, Los Angeles Center, route across Wig at maintain 10,000, Las Vegas.
Let's try turning on the reticle.
010.
Good. 10 close to Wig at the maintain. 10,000.
Information lines.
Air 51, Echo Romeo, Vanna, runway 1 right taxi.
Sorry, not sure how to pronounce
16
what the right term is.
Taxi via Outerway, Cessna 51, Echo Romeo.
Doesn't seem to be working. I don't know, I'm probably not pressing the right button. Not switching the right switch, that is. Well, Vancouver Center's online, so let's disconnect from the Pilot Edge listening app. And let's tune to the VATSIM Vancouver Center, since it's more native to where we're flying. 33.7. I'm going to bump up the volume a little bit on the aircraft. There we go. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let me do it a little bit less.
Yeah, 63 Vancouver.
I may have to go even lower with all these clouds.
Yeah, 63 squawk 4000.
See, my headrest has the life raft below, underneath it, or behind it, I should say.
Yeah, 63 vectors dialed left. Turn left, heading 240.
And let's see if we can spot
good afternoon, Canadian Express
this
320.
airport. I don't want to mispronounce it. I'm going to give it a shot,
Canadian
though.
Express 320 Vancouver Center. Good afternoon.
Sakiu Airport. Sakiu. It's kind of
Canadian
nestled.
Express 320 requesting IFR clearance to Whitehorse at 5.
It's kind of nestled in between a little
Canadian
hill
Express 320, you are cleared to Whitehorse, right?
on the coastal side.
Flight plan route, squawk 4001.
But it should be coming up here.
Big 320 here, White Horse, departure MB8, squad 4001.
Yeah, Express 320, read correct. Call me for taxi on the street. Expect departure runway 27.
That's also an Orbex airport. It's a nice little airport. I don't
Roger,
have.
we'll advise you when ready to
I don't have
taxi, and we will
Secu
expect runway 27 for departure.
in my inventory, but I have flown in there. Ooh. I don't think we're gonna see anything anytime soon. The visibility just decreased again. So yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit lower. I'm gonna get to 1500 feet. So in terms of the lineage
Air Canada
of
198, maybe with you, flight level 370.
fighter aircraft,
Here, Canada 198 Heavy, Vancouver Center. Hello?
in terms of the lineage of fighter aircraft, this aircraft was replaced by the, well, its direct spiritual successor was the F3F Wildcat, also by Grumman, but a lot of squadrons received before it the F2A, the Brewster Buffalo, which the United States also sold to like Finland and other countries as well. That's a really fun aircraft. I've flown it in Aces High, the Brewster Buffalo, and it's super, super maneuverable. Like, almost like a Zero, like a Mitsubishi Zero type of maneuverability. I'm not sure if they saw combat with the United States Navy. They definitely saw combat. Finland used them against the Soviet Union. The ones that they purchased from the United States. But I'm not sure about the United States Navy versions. Anyways, so yeah, this aircraft this is the F3F Flying Barrel. It was replaced by the Brewster Buffalo and by the F3F Wildcat. And I did pick up the F3F Wildcat for FSX as well. That one is made by, or published by Just Flight. Get back up to 1500 feet. That one is published by Just Flight. It's pretty good as well. I'd say all these three aircraft that I have, the U.S. Navy fighters, the F3F, the F4F, and the F6F that I purchased, they're on par with each other in terms of quality and detail and system modeling and stuff like that. They're definitely not study level simulations, but it's more of like a Coronado type implementation. Like, you know, nice visuals, basic functionality, more or less by the book flight models. Not super accurate, but accurate enough to give you a sense of immersion. Altimeter's jumping all over the place. You can see we were just at 1500, now we have to climb again. The altimeter's wonky in this part of the United States for some reason. You have either really high pressures or low pressures, and the simulator doesn't deal well with that. I get weird altimeter readings, inaccurate altimeter readings, and that may just be a limitation with the weather software that I'm using, which is Rex Essentials with Overdrive. But anyway, this aircraft is by Aeroplane Heaven. The F4F Wildcat is by Just Flight, and the F6F Hellcat that I fly is by Vertigo Studios. And, that's my combo pack of U.S. Navy World War II fighters that I've been flying lately. a little bit of lag. I just want to tack right just a little bit so that we can see the airport. Sikiu Airport. We may have passed it already. I've been kind of flying right above the coast where the airport would be. So the visibility wasn't great. We'll keep trying to look for it. Sorry about the lag. What do I want to do? Yes, I want to try the VATSIM comms back on.
Vancouver Center, Air Canada 198 Heavy. We would like to start our descent if possible. Mary Heavy, descend flight level 180, 18,000. 180, Air Canada 198 Heavy. Vancouver Center, good afternoon. Jazz 824. We're looking to pick up our IFR to Castlegar. We have November. Jazz 8248, cleared to Castlegar via the Richmond 5 departure flight plan route. Squawk
So
824.
we did pass Sikiu Airport.
Squawk 4005.
Because now we're rounding out the peninsula.
Roger, clear over to Castlegar.
We're right at this point over here.
We'll make sure we're squawking 4005.
So we're going to make a left turn to 160.
Jazz 824, thanks, sir. Call me for taxi with information. You've got November, thanks.
So
yeah,
we'll make a left turn and hug the coast as we've been doing.
We'll do 8248. And Vancouver, and 14290, ready for taxi. Core 290, runway 33, taxi, backtrack, 33, you can use the Echo Foxtrot, turn around, and call me when you're ready, in position, runway 33. Taxi by Charlie, backtrack in 33, using XL, turn around, call 290, you are ready for approach next. United 63, turn right, 050.
Not sure why I'm getting so much lag. I mean, the main culprit may be the clouds, but...
Vancouver, turn extra 320, we're ready to taxi. Westjet 107, squawk 406, continue on the map 4. By the arrival, descent 3000, site 8 left, altimeter 298 higher.
Maybe we haven't reached Cape Flattery yet. Maybe that's Sikiu Airport.
406, it's not 4 levels, 60,000, extra 5, 8 up. And now altimeter 2989, Westjet 107. Westjet squawk 4006.
Oh, there we go. Broke out of the haze for a little bit.
CC 4006 in the box, Westjet 107.
Yeah, that's Sikiu Airport right
63 miles from the intercept on that heading. Cleared straight in ILS, left to below 3,000 and no established on the off.
We're definitely not at Cape Flattery yet. I was deceived by the clouds. I thought we were rounding out the Cape.
320, we're ready to taxi, sir, runway 27. Express 320, thanks. Victoria winds 240 at 5, altimeter 2988, runway 27, taxi.
So you can see the hill kind of covers up the airport. Across the coastal side. It's kind of hard to see if you're coming in from the coast. But if you're flying along the coast, then you can do it more.
Canada 320, you're to taxi, runway 27, via Alpha Sierra Echo Whiskey and cross runway 31.
Like I said, I don't have this airport. I don't have this airport in my inventory in terms of Corbeck's custom airports. But it is nice nevertheless. It's a nice little airport. And I'm glad we broke out of the haze for the time being at least. The lag is a bummer though. The clouds shouldn't be. I mean, I'm sure the clouds are contributing to it, but I'm not sure. Let me turn on my. Maybe my CPU is overheating or something. I am running everything on a laptop. Let me turn on my external fan just to cool it a little bit better. I should clean out my laptop. I did it like a couple of years ago where I took off the back cover and dusted out, and I had like a spray thing that I got to remove the dust from the laptop interior workings. I should do that again because all that dust contributes to the CPU overheating, and then once the CPU starts overheating, it starts scaling back up the performance. Hopefully we'll be leaving some of these clouds behind and the frames will go up again.
Dragon 2-7.
Yeah, I'll try to do 260 or less, but at the moment with the rate of heat we have to get to Reddit will be probably impossible. So I would like need to have some vectors to get a little longer track to get a lower speed and lower altitude.
Air Canada 198 affirmative. You are unable, so you have to turn left, heading 20.
So this is an interesting thing right here. You just see like a metal or whatever it's made out of. It looks like it's just like a stick, which they wrap the wires around. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm making an educated guess on this. I think this is there to prevent the wires from resonating and creating like a screaming sound. Because I saw a video by Fantasy of Flight. Kermit Weeks was flying a biplane, and he went up once in the biplane and said that there was like a really loud sound coming from the wires, and then they attached this piece of wood essentially to the wires, and that reduced the vibration maybe. I'm not really sure what causes the sound, but I think that's what it's there for in this aircraft as well. Maybe to reduce vibration from the wires. You got some nice detailing here. You see like some cords running through there. You see like where the wires connect right there. Some nice detail on this aircraft, exterior and interior. And yeah, it was definitely the clouds that were causing the frame issues, because we're getting much better frames now. And, visibility's improved, so now we're definitely coming up on Cape Flattery. There's no more island after this, no more peninsula after this, so we're going to round Coraline here.
Just with me this frequency, winds 240 at 5 for takeoff 27.
Let's check on Bowerman Airport, which is where we're going.
Runway 27 for Encore.
Still red.
Negative,
still... Oh no, visibility is better. 2 statute miles. A few clouds, 600.
Encore 290, my bad. Runway 33, your
100.
takeoff at Prince George.
Not a problem, sir. Great morning and great driving.
So,
thanks.
At least it's trending in the right
Canadian
direction.
Express 320. Runway 27 Victoria, you are cleared for takeoff departures with me.
Roger, Canadian Express 320, clear for takeoff, runway 27. Thank you, sir.
Just refresh
Air
the
Canada
chat.
198, turn left, heading 080. 320.
Turning left, 080, Air Canada 198 heavy.
That is 1965, clearance on request number 1.
Thank you, we're going to Westjet 107.
Westjet 107, go ahead.
Did you want me to maintain on the present heading for now? Westjet 107?
Westjet 107, the suspected vector is RLS 8 left.
There's Vancouver Island.
In about 2 minutes.
That'll be our last look at
Roger.
Vancouver Island.
No problem, just checking. Westjet 107, thank you.
It's another place I really like to fly in. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen my videos flying all over Vancouver Island. There's Tofino Harbor somewhere in the distance over there. Small little island here. So here's Cape Flattery. We're going to be cutting the corner here. Nice little touch of detail right here, plane card. US Navy, it seems like.
Encore 290 through 90,000. Proceed direct T. 290,000 direct T. 290. First at 107. Turn left heading 120. Cleared straight in ILS. 08 left approach.
Continue the left hand turn for 120. Cleared straight in approach. ILS 08 left.
I'm going to start looking for landmarks.
Air Canada 601. Cleared straight in ILS 08 left approach.
It's Bowerman Airport. It's not too difficult to spot, but still it'd be a good idea to have a good handle on where we're located. So Bowerman Airport, you can see it's kind of nestled within this bay. I guess it's called Grays Harbor. But if we accidentally pass by it and don't notice it for some reason, it could be confused with this bay right there, Willapa Bay. So I'm gonna start looking for landmarks along the way to make sure I know where we are. So the first one will be this lake right here. And that should be coming up fairly soon, and then this airport, if we'll be able to see it. So just looking at the terrain, first we've got the terrain going east, and then it goes back west right here, and then stays kind of protruding, and then it starts going east again, east, 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 until we get to the bay, to the harbor, I should say. So my first waypoint is going to be the lake. And I'm guessing the lake is going to be somewhere over there. If that's not it already. Yep, that's the lake. Off in the distance. So we're looking for the airport next.
Jet 107, 10 miles from touchdown. The wind's 050 at 12. Clear to land 8 left.
8 left to land, what's your 107? And it shows it 240, it's at 2,000. Virgin 601, we're slowing down to 170.
Okay, 601, thanks, number 2.
Just adjusting the artificial horizon again.
Jazz 824, can we turn on course now?
Jazz 824, identified, climb 17,000. Just remain on the SID where you're heading right now.
What's this line right there?
Okay, as a climb,
scenery
175
glitch or
will be on the sit for Jazz 8248.
Is that a cloud? Looks like just a road extending out into the water. It might just be a cloud. Yeah, it looks like a cloud. Really strange looking one though. At some point our visibility is going to decrease, I just know it. This is a nice break from the fog, but I know we're just going to run into some decreased visibility.
Push it, 107, we're almost at totem, but if you can keep your speed up.
And it happens very suddenly in the sim too.
I'm trying to keep it up 107.
Just 8248, turn left, direct, Amigo.
Roger, left, direct, Amigo for 248.
This is where it means the lake.
Push it 107 now. There's lots of space now, sir. You can resume your normal approach.
So right before the coast starts turning east, we should see this airport. Visibility around that area is 2 statute miles. So we're definitely having better visibility now than that. So maybe once we get closer to the airport, to the weather station, this will decrease our visibility. Airport should be somewhere over there.
We're kind of 198 by the arrival, cleared straight in ILS, Charlie, not approach.
Straight in, ILS, 08 left, approach, 198 heavy. Jazz 824, just a little report here. There's some icing conditions. I'd say about 4,000, and it's still.
I was doing a flight on VATSIM yesterday, and it was so well staffed. Like they had 4 approach controllers and a center controller, but I decided not to do the flight on VATSIM. I was gonna do it, but I didn't do it because I was flying a new aircraft for me, the Basler DT-67, which is a turboprop version of the DC-3, and I was going to an airport I was unfamiliar with, so I decided not to do the flight on VATSIM because I was kind of in a bit of a hurry to finish the flight for Flight Sim Economy. It was a multi-light flight, so yeah, that's I'm more used to when there's just like one center controller online, one approach controller online, but they must have had an event or something yesterday because there were a ton of aircraft. I also didn't want to clog up the frequency with my VFR requests. Yeah, but I guess Seattle Center is pretty active VATSIM airspace, I gotta say, compared to some of the other ones. That's why I like flying in this region. One of the reasons I like flying in this region too, aside from it being really picturesque and good for bush flying, such operations. There's the airport, I believe. Yep, you can see the runways. There. So not a lot of landmarks from this point on until Bowerman Airport. The coast is just going to head further east, and then we'll get to the bay, to the harbor.
Vancouver Center, good day, sir, here. Jazz 8902, excuse me. Jazz 8209 with you, now requesting IFR clearance for Prince George Airport as follows. Station calling Vancouver. Call again. I was recording the Avis and this whole thing. Yes, sir. This is Jazz 8209 now requesting IFR clearance for Prince George Airport as well.
I like these coastlines right here. This is kind of beach effect.
Niner departure flight plan route. Squawk 4010. Jazz 8209, now clear to Prince George Airport as file, via the 849 departure. Squawk code for today will be 4010.
Got a scenery, or rather a weather loader.
Jazz 8209, read back correct, call me for taxi. Advise when ready for taxi for Jazz 8209.
So I guess we can see some lakes in this area. Sorry, some rivers right here.
Jazz 8248, Hope, altimeter 2994.
Some protruding points, Point Grenville, for instance. So kind of very small landmarks. We do have a GPS just in case I'm really lost and you have to find the harbor.
Jazz 8248, Vancouver.
But I don't think we'll need it.
Air Channel 601 Heavy, welcome to Vancouver. After the 757 taxiing left to right, you're cleared to taxi to the gate at your discretion.
Roger, we'll be behind the other aircraft, sir, and we'll taxi to our gate to the right. Thank you.
Some nice detail right here.
Air Channel 198 Heavy, 10 miles from the field, clear for landing now. Wind 060 now at 10 miles.
Manufacturer's plate.
It's runway 08 left, Air Canada 198 Heavy.
More or less leveled out at 2,000 feet. .90 miles per hour. Not a bad cruise speed for this aircraft. I don't think we need carb heat. So I've been doing some research on one of the Navy squadrons in World War II called Fighting Squadron 9, VF9. And like a few other squadrons in the U.S. Navy, well, they flew the Hellcat. They were the first squadron to get the F3F Hellcat in the U.S. Navy, which was the fighter that turned the tide during the war in the Pacific. Turned the tide in favor of the Americans. Gave them aerial superiority. And DF9 also had the first Hellcat Ace, and the first double Ace, I believe, in the Hellcat. But anyways, what they were involved in before was kind of a little-known operation called Operation Torch, and back before they got the Hellcat, they were flying the Wildcat, and their Operation Torch was the U.S. Attack on the French forces in North Africa. The French forces that were fighting for the Germans, the Vichy French? Not really sure how to pronounce that. And the U.S. sent aircraft carriers there, at least one. I know one for sure, the USS Ranger. And they attacked the French forces there and started the invasion of North Africa. And the Wildcats did see some action. They were in some fights. It wasn't like a huge aerial armada or anything like that, but there were some kind of first blood that they drew in the European theater of operations. And there's a cool book written about it called Wildcats over Casablanca. It used to be kind of like an aviation classic. Maybe it still is. And it was written during the wartime about that operation, Operation Torch. And it's pretty cool. It kind of was like one of the first books to describe the fighter pilot. In my opinion, kind of the fighter pilot swagger, the fighter pilot mentality. It's very written, not as a propaganda piece, but very stylized. It's not like a cut and dry history of the operation. It's more about the experiences of the men and what flying was like in the Wildcats and what life was like in the naval squadrons. So that's on my reading list. It's been on my reading list for a while. Wildcats over Casablanca.
Air Canada 198, welcome to Vancouver. Exit right on lane 5. Taxi to your gate link.
There's no autopilot in this aircraft.
Runway 08 left, and we'll taxi to our gate. Thanks a lot, the ATC. Air Canada 198 Heavy.
I forgot to switch my tanks. Let's go on the reserve tank for a little bit. And I'll switch over to my main tank.
Jones 8248 Vancouver.
Surprised how long the auxiliary tank lasted. It's got a lot of fuel in there.
Jones 8248, hold altimeter 2994.
Roger, altimeter 2994, Jones 8248.
Got some clouds up ahead. try to avoid those. Still have nice visibility. Don't think it's gonna last long. I can spot our location on the map. So the coastline's going, it's generally trending east, but here it goes back west a little bit before heading back east. Let's see if I can spot it on the map. So we passed the airport, and I think we're right about here. Did we pass Destruction Island? That should have been a waypoint I was looking for, Destruction Island. But I think we might have passed it. So here it's the coastline's trending west a little bit, and then it heads back east around Point Grenville. I think I saw Destruction Island. Couple small islands over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Point Grenville's up ahead. Could be wrong. But that means we're pretty close to the bay, to the harbor. So my guess is that that is Point Grenville. That we did get here pretty fast, surprisingly fast. So I'm gonna be surprised if my calculations are a little bit off. But according to my calculations, we should be seeing the harbor over there. The harbor where Bowerman Airport is located in.
Vancouver Center, Jazz 8248. Jazz 8248, Vancouver. The council bar is uncontrolled, correct? Affirmative. Roger, thank you.
According to my calculations. Flashing. Weird thing about these older aircrafts, some of the things don't make sense ergonomically. Some of the placements in the cockpit, like. Some of these switches and stuff, like why would off be in the center on this switch and on the left hand side on this switch? Why can't all the off positions be on the left hand side? So things like that.
Vancouver Center, Jazz 8209, ready to taxi 08 right.
Jazz 8209, runway 8 right, taxi by Juliet Alpha, Juliet, Lima, hold, cross 13, hold short 8 right.
So indeed, my calculations were correct, and we're coming up on Grace Harbor. Bowerman Airport is over there.
Taxi by Juliet, Alpha Lima, clear to cross 13 and holding short 08 right. It's actually Juliet Alpha. The first taxiway is taxiway Juliet Alpha. From there you turn left onto Juliet, and then right onto Lima. Roger that, sir. Juliet Alpha, then Juliet, Lima, and clear to cross 13, holding short 08 right there. Jazz 8209, thank you.
So I'm just going to fly to the entrance of the harbor, then make a left turn to go east, and do, actually let's check the weather, let's see what kind of winds we have. Yeah, still red, so still technically not really VFR conditions, but we'll try our luck. We'll pretend we're flying in a real warbird without a flight plan go or for flight or anything like that. Just using a map and unable to tell what the weather is like at the airport. So 3/4 statute miles visibility, winds, oh my goodness, 170, 21 gusting 30, and they're out of the south. So I guess it doesn't matter which runway we take. Winds are out of the south. It would be better if we took the western facing runway, the western runway. But it's pretty close. Either way, you're going to get a big crosswind. So I'm just going to land facing east, just because it's simpler to set up the approach from where we're coming from. Some low-lying clouds and then descent to 1,000 feet. I really don't like those clouds. Make it difficult to get into the harbor area. They're almost at ground level. Getting pretty low, so let me turn on my landing lights back on. Really long coastline with like a beach. I wonder if people ever go swimming here. It must be really cold most of the year. I don't know if it gets warm enough in the summer, but the coastline is really long along the Olympic Peninsula. Like a beach coastline, that is. I wonder if it's like that in real life. Come on, let's keep descending. following airport. Distance. Can't quite make it out yet. Here is, what's this airport called? That is, Ocean Shores Airport that we're seeing right over here. We're seeing those runway PAPI lights. Right there you can see the runway slightly. It's Ocean Shores. Duck underneath these clouds. Go even lower. I mean, this is very risky. You don't want to go so low that you're in danger of hitting the water in case the clouds descend on you. Wow, the clouds are really low here. And I shouldn't be going this low over the airfield either, in case there's like traffic coming. In case there's somebody taking off or landing or something. Getting some weather loading. Wow, truly is IFR conditions here at the following airport. Start slowing down a little bit in case the airport creeps up on us pretty soon. Go full prop. As we get slowed down, gear down. Gears coming down. Got the gear indicator light is on. Kind of make out the runway for following the airport. Never mind, looks like a bridge. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much speed. Trim out the aircraft. Interesting thing, this aircraft doesn't have flaps that I can find, at least. Where is Bowerman Airport? Definitely in the right place. Could be obscured by that cloud. Doubt it. Unless it's like perfectly obscured. I guess we just haven't flown out yet into the harbor. There we go. Here's the airport. Had a terrible takeoff in this aircraft. I should note that in my log. I note my incidents when I do something wrong. I veered off the runway and went onto the grass during my takeoff roll. So hopefully, and the runway was really narrow in my defense. I think takeoffs in this aircraft are more challenging than landings. Just like the A280 PV-1 Mustang. You have to go really careful on the throttle. Otherwise it starts veering off. And I don't know how accurate that is.
Jazz 8209, wind 070 at 10, clear takeoff, feedback.
Clear takeoff, gauge rise, Jazz 8209. Thank you.
You can make out the PAPI lights, Bowerman Airport to our left. Some low-lying clouds over the airport, or just to the west of it. Start a gradual descent. Should go to 122.8. It's a pretty popular airport. Last time a few days ago I flew out of here, also in this aircraft, and there were 3 aircraft here. Looked like a group flight, 3 Cherokees, or Piper Archers or something. No, there's nobody here. Just in case. Whoa, speed. What's that? It tends to be pretty low on approaches these days. I don't know why. Oh, great. I knew it was coming. I knew we were going to get decreased visibility. Oh man, oh man. Just at the right time. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, go up, go up. This should be a missed approach. But I can't help myself. Wow, the wind, crosswind is fierce. Absolutely fierce. This is going to be an ugly landing. Birds. This would be a go around in real life, for sure. Jeez. Sorry guys, I apologize in advance. Sometimes when I want to land at the airport too bad, so badly in the simulator, this is what happens. Wow, man, this thing is susceptible to crosswinds. Whew. Okay, at least I can say I touched the runway for this landing. Sorry guys, this is terrible. I need more practice on this aircraft. It's they don't call it the flying barrel for nothing. It rocks and rolls on you during takeoff and landing. And if there's any kind of crosswind, you know, probably the crosswind component right now will preclude a landing at this airport. Because the wind was like gusting to 30 knots. Normally I'd open the canopy, but it's raining right now. I don't know what the procedure is when it's raining in this aircraft. Do I have pitot heat or anything? I should have switched to the fullest tank before landing. That's okay. Let's note the landing time, 12:45. Look at that windsock. It's very happy to see us. Wow. Strong wind from the south. Let's head to the next exit point. Yeah, I definitely need more practice with this aircraft before I can land in such crosswinds. You know, plus the reduced visibility on the approach doesn't help. Is that an user aircraft? Oh no, that's an AI or a static aircraft. The FedEx. On the parking brake. And what else do we need here? Turn off some of the lights. Lights off. Off, 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 off. Looks good. Trying to figure out what moves this chain right here. It's a cool looking chain. Maybe it's one of the trims. Maybe it's the rudder trim or something. I'm not sure. Alright, let's cut the mixture. Generator off, and batteries off. That's locked. Turn off the magnetos. Put fuel selectors off. And I don't think we need to do anything else. Let's open up the canopy. Get out of the aircraft. Close the canopy. Not the best parking job in the world, but these tail draggers are difficult to park sometimes. And here we are at Barwon Airport. Gonna grab some coffee and a burger at Lana's Cafe. Yeah, Lana's Cafe. So I want to thank you guys for watching and tuning in, and I will catch you next time. See ya.